This is going to be massive. After managing over $2 million on Facebook advertising campaigns, creating thousands of campaigns, testing everything you can even imagine, I will share with you today my top 10 tips on how to create high converting ad copy so that you can actually rapidly increase the results you are getting from your Facebook advertising campaigns and skyrocket the growth of your business. Stay tuned because you don't want to miss this video. Besides your sales process, there are three main elements when it comes to running successful Facebook advertising campaigns. Your audience, which means like who do you target with your Facebook ads, your copy, which is your message, and third, your ad creative, which can be your video or image. Now, your goal is simply to find the best combination of these three elements possible so that it's profitable and generating positive ROI. And arguably, copy is probably the most important thing from these three elements, yet most people actually just totally avoid it, right? They just create some simple copy within a few minutes, they don't really care about it, they don't think about it, and then they are wondering why their Facebook advertising simply doesn't work. So today, I will change it for you. I want you to understand that your copy, your message is extremely important because Facebook ads is just a vehicle. It's just a vehicle for your message and for your offer. That's what I want you to understand. So your copy, your message is extremely powerful, and today I will share with you my top 10 tips that I learned after studying the best direct response copywriters like Gary Halbert, David Ogilvy, Claude Hopkins, and so on and so on. And also after my own experience of managing over $2 million on Facebook advertising. So let's actually jump into the first tip. Tip number one, know your ideal customers better than they know themselves. This is the foundation that cannot be skipped. If you skip this part, your Facebook ads will simply not work. And most people actually skip it. They don't do their research. They are not clear about who is their ideal customer. So make sure to know exactly who is your ideal customer, what are their problems, what are their pains, what are their frustrations, right? And on the other hand, what do they want? What are their visions? What are their dreams? Because if you know these things, and if you know that better than your customer knows, it's much easier for you to create a message that actually resonates with them, that speaks to them, and that attracts them to your sales funnel. Tip number two, focus on your hook. See, one of the major objectives of your ad is to actually get attention. Right? And you will do it with your ad creative, but also with your headline and with the first sentence in your ad copy. But here's the thing, you don't want to get attention of everybody. That's why we did like the first step where we get clear on who do we want to work with, who is our ideal customer. And then within your message, within your Facebook ad, you want to just attract only your ideal customer and actually repel and polarize all unqualified people that you don't want to work with. So headline is probably the most important part of every advertisement. All direct response marketers actually accept that headline is really crucial. And your headline needs to actually appeal to self-interest of your ideal client and offer something of benefit, right? Something beneficial to your ideal customers. And then the second part is your first sentence in your ad copy. And you can either use the same headline, because headline is used under your ad creative when it comes to Facebook ads. And you can use the same headline as you are using under the ad creative, and you can use it on the top of the ad copy. Or you can use some different pattern interrupt, right? You need to interrupt their pattern. When they are scrolling through their newsfeed, you need to just stop them. That's your main objective, to get attention and stop them. And a really great way to do that I found after testing a bunch of different copies is to actually ask specific question that you know your ideal customer will answer with yes. I will repeat it. Ask specific question that you know, you are absolutely sure that your ideal customer will answer yes to that question. So let's say I'm trying to target e-commerce store owners who are doing like six figures and they want to scale, because that was my target market. And I know that their problem is when they are trying to scale, they usually lower their profitability, right? Their profit margins are much lower, and so they want to scale. This is what they want, but they want to keep their ROI, right? They don't want to lower their ROI. So I can came up with question that I know only my customer will actually say yes. Something like, hey, would you like to scale your e-commerce store while keeping your profitable ROI. Right? I just made it up, but you get the point. You just want to ask a question that only your ideal customer will answer yes, and people who are not your ideal customer will actually say no, and it's okay. They will stop reading, and it's totally okay because you want to repel them. You don't want to attract them. And you see, your ideal clients, when they say yes to the question, they are much more likely to actually read throughout the copy, and then they are much more likely to take next actions like clicking on your ad and even buying. Tip number 3, use long form copy. Now, have you ever heard something like, people don't read long copy, people's attention span is too short, and all this kind of stuff? Because I did, and I can tell you, it's total BS. It's just bullshit. It's not true. If people are not reading your copy, I will be totally straight with you, right? If people are not reading your copy, it's because it sucks. Your copy sucks. It's not because people's attention span is too short and people are not reading long copy. No, your copy just sucks, right? So I tested it a lot. I was doing countless of tests between long copy and short copy, and in most cases that I did, long copy has beaten short copy, and especially for targeting cold traffic, like total strangers who don't know you yet, right? You never want to limit your wording. You want to always complete the full story of your ad. And your ideal clients, if your copy is right, and if you are attracting and appealing to your ideal customers, they will read through that. And again, if they read through that long copy, you will actually pre-qualify them, you will pre-frame them, and they are much more likely to take action on the other side of your funnel. So don't limit your wording ever, because more you tell, more you sell. Don't listen to these people who would tell you that long copy doesn't work. It's bullshit. I have a data to back it up. So use long form copy, especially when it comes to targeting cold traffic. Tip number 4, always be specific within your copy. I will give you just 2 examples right now, and I want you to think about and let me know to the comments which option do you believe is more believable, right? So option number 1, this process is working extremely well for my business, okay? Or option number 2, this 3-step process generated $104,265 in the last 30 days for my business. So let me know to the comments below which option do you believe is more believable for our prospects. Of course, it's obviously the option B, right? Because you are more specific. If you say it's 3-step process instead of just process, if you say the exact number that process helped you generate instead of just saying it worked, if you say in the last 30 days instead of just don't specify the time frame, it's much more believable because you are putting real data behind your statements. So always be specific within your copy. Never use some vague statements that don't include any specificity, because it's not just believable. Tip number 5, turn features into benefits. See, so many advertisers are so fascinated and passionate about what they sell that they just lead with their features in the copy, right? They still talk about their product or service and how amazing it is. But here's the reality, guys. Nobody cares about you, and nobody gives a fuck about how amazing your product or service is. Is that true? Because only one thing they care about is what your product or service will do for them. And it's a big difference. So you want to actually turn your features and talk about benefits. What will your product or service do for them? And the best way to do that is with something I call so you can approach. So you can approach. So with every feature that you are stating, you can just put so you can at the end, and then you just talk about the benefit. So let me give you an example. Let's say I'm selling some email marketing course, right? And the feature can be something like, as a bonus, you will get our proven done-for-you email templates that generated millions of dollars, right? This is feature. So how can I turn it into the benefit? So I will use so you can approach, right? So this is how it looks like. So as a bonus, you will get our proven done-for-you email templates that generated millions of dollars. So you can build high-converting email sequences that will turn your leads into high-value customers. You see, I just used so you can and then stated the benefit, which is much more powerful than just talking about the features. Tip number 6, make them feel understood. right? You need to build a rapport, you need to connect with your prospect, and they need to feel understood by you. This is really important because it will build some trust, right? They will trust you much more. And the best way to do it is with famous feel, felt, found formula. So what this formula is basically a story that you say in 3 parts. So first part is, I know how you feel, right? This is basically, you tell them that you hear what they are saying, you know how it feels like to be in the same position like they are in right now, right? So I know exactly how you feel. And the next step is, I felt the same way. And you start telling your story, how you was in the same position or someone else was in the same position like they are right now. So this will build a connection really, because you are describing basically their situation through the story about you or someone else. And the third part is, until I found, right? Until I found, and this will be whatever you are selling, whatever you are offering. Maybe you are offering some free PDF, right? Or maybe you are offering some course, maybe you are offering some product. Whatever it is, it will be like, it will tie into that story until you found this amazing thing that you are selling. Everything becomes better, you solve that problem, and you arrived into your desired situation, which is more likely the same desired situation of your prospect. So tell your story, build the trust through feel, felt, found formula. Tip number 7, create urgency. See, if you can create time-sensitive offer, you will definitely increase the results of your Facebook advertising campaigns. Urgency, scarcity simply works because it turns also logical buyers into making decision, right? Most people buy based on emotions, that's great, but logical buyers just think about it a lot. And if there is no urgency, they will actually just wait. They will not really take action. But here's big disclaimer, guys. Keep it real, right? Don't fake it, because marketers today, unfortunately, turn urgency and scarcity into disgusting lies. You see it all the time, but they are lying to you about expiring offer and all this kind of stuff. So keep it real, because there are so many ways how to create urgency ethically, right? So first, if you have some offer that is really expiring, or you are really increasing the price, whatever it is, then it's pretty easy to create urgency, right? You just state in your ad that your offer is expiring or you are increasing the price. It's pretty simple. But if your offer is evergreen and you are not really changing the price or it's not expiring, then you can use some simple wording to create urgency. I will give you an example. Right now I'm running one lead generation campaign for one of my lead magnets, and what I say to create urgency is simple wording like this week, right? So I'm saying this week I'm giving away free PDF, right? Instead of just saying I'm giving away free PDF, I'm saying this week I'm giving away free PDF, and it creates that urgency that it's happening this week. And you see, there is no fake scarcity. I'm not saying it will not be available next week, but all I'm saying is this week I'm giving away this free PDF, and it creates the urgency in an ethical way. So if you don't have a time-sensitive offer, definitely use wording like this. Tip number 8, always tell your prospects what to do next. This is really important. I can't tell you how many times we got messages from people about asking about what should they do next. Maybe we offered some product and they were asking how can they buy it, even though in our ad copy there were links everywhere. So you just need to state exactly what you want them to do, because if you assume they will know exactly what to do, it will definitely decrease the results of your Facebook advertising campaigns. So your ad definitely should have some main objective, some main goal that you want to get from this ad, right? Maybe you want to get engagement, maybe you want to comment, right? Maybe you want to click them on the ad. Whatever it is, you want to clearly state exactly what they should do. So something like, if you want this, click the link below and register for this free training on the next page, right? Make it really clear and easy for your prospects to actually take the next step. Tip number 9, make your copy scannable. This is really important, because if you are writing long copy and you just put it into one paragraph, it's horrible to read. It's really difficult to read, and it seems like a huge amount of text and nobody really wants to read it. So don't be shy with white spaces. I always recommend to write 1 to 2 sentences and then always add a line break. So write a sentence, add line break. Write second sentence, add line break. Make it really easy to read, make it scannable, So it's then it basically looks like a much less text, and they are much more likely to read through your long copy. So make your copy scannable, don't be shy with white space, and always write 1 or 2 sentences maximum before the line break. And final tip, test. This is the most important thing when it comes to advertising. See, advertising is not about guesses, about emotions, about feelings. It's not about what do you think will work, right? So you can think that your copy will work, but you will never know until you test. Advertising needs to be done on scientific basis. Only make decisions based on data, real data and real numbers. So never assume anything, test everything. So I recommend actually to create bunch of different variations of your copy and try to create different types of copy based on different angles, right? Take your copy from different angle, create different variations and just test them, because if you don't test it, you will never know what will work the best. So create more variations and test, because more you test, more likely you will find winning combinations of the 3 elements that I mentioned in the beginning, which is audience, copy and creative. So now go and actually implement these tips, because I know it works. I know it from my own experience, also from the experience of other really experienced direct response marketers who spent millions of dollars on Facebook advertising and other platforms. So just go and implement, take action, and let me know to the comments below if you found this video valuable. I truly appreciate all your feedback, and I'm excited for creating more and more videos for you. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button below, share it with your friends so they can get value from it as well, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to learn more about how to profitably market and sell your products and services online, definitely click on the next video here and learn more from my content.